Okay, hello everyone. Thank you all for coming. Happy Monday. It is a beautiful November day. All right, a little chill, but what do you expect? It's getting wintertime. All right, thank you all for coming. My name is Brittany Maxwell. I have been an Archer agent for almost 2 years now. I absolutely love this. The experience, getting to meet with everyone, is just absolutely fantastic. Right, I am under Team Sky. Miss Emily Jimenez is my mentor. All right, so with this session, we do a learn from experience. All right, so today we're going to be going over Kentucky, the best of the bluegrass state. All right, normally when we do learn from experiences, well, I usually just stick to one location within the state. But with the state of Kentucky, I found that for me, there's a lot of history, and I just wanted to showcase a good bit of what the state of Kentucky has to offer. All right, so we are going to get started, guys. Thank you. All right, so things to do. Okay, Kentucky, y'all, is all about bourbon and horses, right? Yeah, there's no denying that many memorable days do start with these storied activities, but I have lots up my sleeve, whether you're into music, craft beer, or chef-driven cuisine, American history, family fun, or exploring the outdoors. There is a Kentucky experience for everyone. No matter how long the visit, there's endless ways to keep busy. Right? Just a little back history of Kentucky, right? Miles of black and white equestrian fences dance along the sprawling bluegrass countryside. If you ever have the chance to just ride through the rolling hills, I highly suggest it. Right. Along the sprawling bluegrass countryside, leading to historic horse racing cathedrals such as Keeneland and Lexington and Churchill Downs in Louisville, as well as a dozen of legendary horse farms. Whether you're there to attend a race, get on horseback, or just learn more about the beautiful horse thoroughbreds and saddlebreds, there's an activity for everyone. I lived in Kentucky, in this little town right here called Murray for about 6 years. I did a lot of traveling throughout the state. We have a lot of family in the area. I'm going to tell you guys my most favorite part of Kentucky is the Kentucky Lake and Mammoth Cave. Right, so we're going to go over just a little bit of details within the state itself. I wanted to put up a breakdown of the map, right? And each one of these different shades is actually the counties, all right? So let's get started. All right, Western Waterlands, right? Home to Kentucky's two largest lakes, the land between the lakes and Kentucky Lake, all right? The land between the lakes national recreation area, all right, is just a space of land between the two lakes. All right, it's a scenic region and it teems with small town charm and thriving art scenes from Paducah. Right, Western Waterlands is bordered by the Mississippi River and the Ohio River, and it is home to two of the largest lakes. The Western Waterlands offer an inviting mix of outdoor recreation, arts and culture, as well as history and family fun. Right? Kentucky Lake, Lake Barkley, and the Land Between the Lakes National Recreation Area form a popular vacation destination with all the water recreation imaginable. Fishing, skiing, sailing, tubing, kayaking, jet skiing, swimming, and just plain relaxing. All right, you can head to a state park or enjoy a national scenic byway to enjoy outdoor activities such as hiking, biking, horseback riding, and even ATV trail riding. All right. So within the land between the lakes, they have a elk and bison prairie. Right. It's a huge facility where you get to drive your vehicle through the park, right? And you get to see the bison that they have as well as the elk, right? You are able to get out of your vehicle, but I do not recommend it because if you have ever seen a bison in person, they are huge, absolutely ginormous. It's like 4 cows put together. It's crazy big. So I suggest staying inside your vehicle. But to ride through the elk and bison park, it's only $5 a car. So it's very, very reasonable. All right, another part of the state, bluegrass, blues, and barbecue. All right, in all corners of the region, you will find distinctive museums, art galleries, and unique boutiques. Right, plus natural wonders like the Western Kentucky Botanical Garden. It is absolutely beautiful. Right, the Dogwood Azalea Trail and 8 wildlife management areas, as well as 3 Kentucky state parks. Right? You can enjoy music festivals. You can go for Civil War reenactments, horse racing at Ellis Park Racetrack, Broadway shows, and so much more. Guys, Kentucky, it sounds like it's in the middle of nowhere, but it is a pretty active state. All right. The region is also home to John James Audubon State Park Museum and Nature Center. All right, guys, if you've ever attended any of my Learn from Experience, I am huge on history, so I throw a lot of history in. All right, the birthplace of bluegrass music and Western Kentucky barbecue. All right. So this rich region of Kentucky is best explored with open ears and an empty stomach. Travel the road of traditions in Kentucky's bluegrass, blue and barbecue region. Right? Visit the father of bluegrass birthplace at Bill Monroe Home Place, and then head on over to the Bluegrass Hall of Fame Music and Museum. Right? It's in Owensboro. Right? And continue your music journey on down to the Hellenberg Music and History Museum to see the rare Everly Brothers memorabilia and learn about other musicians that have roots in the region. As I said, I'm huge on history, all right? Right, so as the birthplace of bluegrass, this region draws visitors from all around the world to the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame and Museum. And also come hungry because Owensboro is the barbecue capital of the world. Right. And this is one of my favorite parts, y'all. I absolutely love this. I have spent so many hours within the Mammoth Cave system. We just went about 3 years ago, me and my family did. Right, I am in Louisiana right now, but my mom's side of the family live in Murray, Kentucky, and in Western Kentucky. Right, every time we go up, we definitely make a trip to Mammoth Cave. All right, because it is absolutely fabulous. I added a little video in here as well. Right, I will play it also. All right, so the caves, lakes, and corvettes. This is fabulous. Above and below ground, discover some of Kentucky's most magnificent natural wonders and also full throttle adventures from Mammoth Cave National Park to the National Corvette Museum. Right. So with Mammoth Cave National Park, there are several different levels of park entrance and park tours. So you have your new tours, which are, fairly easy to navigate. Right. And then you have your, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's like your specialty. All right. This is where you actually rappel down into the cave with lines and you have hard hat equipment on. So the experience level, there are different cave tours for each experience level. So if you're looking for the zip line into the cave, you have that option. All right. So if you're looking for adventure, there's no better place to find it than Kentucky's Cave, Lakes, and Corvette region, where you can experience some of the most magnificent natural attractions and full throttle adventures in the Bluegrass State. Right, in 2021, Kentucky's Caves, Lakes, and Corvettes region joined the world to celebrate the International Year of Caves and Karst. Cave-related landscapes exist all over the planet, but we're convinced that Kentucky has the best. Right, Mammoth Cave National Park is the longest cave system mapped out cave system in the world, with amazing underground rivers and almost 53,000 acres of above ground activities. All right. So with Mammoth Cave, you're actually able to do river tours inside the cave. All right. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right. Some of the closest cities to Mammoth Cave would be Cave City, Horse Cave, Mundenfordville, Glasgow, and Bowling Green. All right. If you have clients that is wanting to go to Mammoth Cave, I highly recommend the Bowling Green area. Right. And beautiful show caves with a wide variety of features and formations, the stalagmites and the stalactites formation at Onk's Cave, Mammoth Onk's Cave, Crystal Onk's Cave, and Diamond Caverns, and also Outlaw Cave are extremely spectacular. Right. And caves come with pretty nifty man-made upgrades to enhance your enjoyment of nature, like boat rides in the Lost River Cave and the longest underground suspension bridge in Hidden River Cave, American Cave Museum. Right. So there's a lot of history, right? Also with Mammoth Cave, it is actually listed as one of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. All right. So it is pretty sought after. I absolutely love it. If you ever have a chance to go, I highly, highly recommend. All right, and let me show you guys this little video. If you don't want me to play all of it, just let me know. I'm okay with that. But I just want to give you guys a little bit of snippet what the inside of the cave looks like. Give it just a second to load.
Mammoth Cave National Park stretches nearly 53,000 acres across the rolling hills of south central Kentucky. While this national park is best known for its namesake cave system, there are four main features that define Mammoth Cave National Park: the famous underground passages, above and below ground waterways, historic structures, and recreation opportunities. The park is geographically divided by the Green River that flows from east to west through its center. Cave tours and most visitor services are found on the south side of the river, but the north side of the park offers backcountry camping, hiking, horseback riding, and mountain biking. The modern history of the park began in 1926 when Congress accepted lands from Kentucky to form a brand new national park.
Okay, I'm not going to keep doing that because it just keeps skipping too much. So we'll just go on. So what I'll do is whenever I post a recording, I will also add that Mammoth Cave clip as well. So, it's really nice. It's 9-minute video, but I actually really liked it. All right. So bourbon, horses, and history, the thrill of the Kentucky Derby, the sizzle of Louisville's culinary scene, and the buzz of the bourbon capital of the world. Right, iconic Kentucky experiences abound in this diverse region. From Louisville to Bardstown, discover multifaceted history, cutting-edge cuisine, exciting attractions, and world-famous bourbon distilleries, and a little race called the Kentucky Derby. We all know that it's not little, it is huge. All right, Kentucky's rich past and vibrant present are on a proud display in the Bourbon, Horse, and History region. Built on the falls of the Ohio River, Louisville is Kentucky's largest city, but it has all of the friendliest of a small town. Churchill Downs is the iconic backdrop of the Kentucky Derby, and it was the first place. Let me start over. Churchill Downs is the iconic backdrop of the Kentucky Derby, the first race in the Triple Crown series. All right. The first Kentucky Derby race was actually held at Churchill Downs in 1875. So over 100 years ago. All right. Sip the first finest bourbon in the world at more than 40 top shelf bars and distilleries on Louisville's Urban Bourbon Trail. All right. Visit world-class attractions such as the Louisville Zoo, the Slugger Museum and Factory, and Mega Cavern, the world's only fully underground zip line. Kentucky Kingdom has thrill-sinking rides and fun for the entire family. Play in the city's entertainment district, humming with live music and nightlife. All right, so Southern Kentucky vacations regions. splash into the region that's home to the houseboat capital of the world, Lake Cumberland. You'll also find farms and vineyards, as well as Civil War history, and eat all the local fried fish you can. Right? Splash into the houseboat capital of the world, sun-dabbled farms, vineyards, golf courses, historic sites, and all locally caught fish that you can eat. Right? With more shoreline than any coastal state, Southern Kentucky's vacation region is mecca for boating, swimming, fishing, water skiing, and just about every other water activity you can imagine. Home to 4 Kentucky state parks, the area is a great place to camp out beneath the stars, and you can also rent a houseboat at Lake Cumberland and explore the 1,200 miles of scenic waterway and tucked away coves. Marinas, cabins, and lodges can also be found at Dale Hollow Lake and also Green River Lake. And adventure abounds at Big South Fork National River and Recreation Area, right? And it's home to natural sandstone arches and some of the best whitewater rafting in the state. Right? Bluegrass horses, Bourbon and Boone. Welcome to horse country, y'all, where anyone can live out equestrian adventures. Visit Kentucky's capital, learn about pioneer life, and explore the culture and heritage of cities like Lexington and Berea. Famous for legendary horse farms, bourbon distilleries, and scenic drives through the landscapes. Kentucky's bluegrass region shows the natural bounty of the state with charm and genuine Southern hospitality. Right? Lexington, the horse capital of the world, offers a vibrant mix of neighborhoods, breweries, as well as distilleries, historic sites, and farm-to-table cuisine. Right? You can visit the home of Mary Todd Lincoln, watch a race at the elegant Keeneland Racecourse, and interact with nearly 50 breeds of horses at the amazing Kentucky Horse Park, right? So in the heart of horse country, bluegrass landscapes melt into vibrant cities like Lexington, offering farms and historic distilleries, right? One of the most beautiful and secluded luxury resorts in Kentucky is the Lexington Griffin Gate Marriott Resorts and Spa. This resort is available on RoomRes and also Expedia Tap, okay? While this resort is tucked within the signature rolling bluegrass hills of Lexington, it is still pretty close to all the main attractions of the city. And their guest rooms have many refrigerators, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, as well as bathrobes. And some of the rooms also have private balconies. Right. And another one on my list, these are 2 of my favorites, y'all. All right. Everybody's list might be different. Everybody not, we might not like the same thing. Right. But these are some of my favorites. The Campbell House, Lexington. All right. It's a collection by Hilton. It's city center near the airport. All right. It's close to the Lexington Opera House as well as the ballet company. All right, and it offers cultural highlights and also is very close to all of the shopping, which is the Victorian Square Mall and the mall at Lexington Green. This property is also available on RoomRes and Expedia Tap, okay? All right, Daniel Boone Country. With its dramatic scenery and unbridled adventure, frontiersman Daniel Boone may have had his ruggedly beautiful region in mind. Heaven must be a Kentucky kind of place, right? The abundance of lakes and rivers in Daniel Boone Country creates endless opportunities for water recreation. Paddle the Cumberland River or spend the day boating or even houseboating on beautiful Laurel River Lake. For anglers, those waterways are some of the best in the state for bass, crappie, walleye, as well as muskie. And stream fishing, all right? More wild adventures await in the form of backcountry camping, zipline rides, elk viewing, and off-road on hundreds of miles of high elevation AT trails. The Misty Mountains of Daniel Boone Country are teeming with history and heritage. Trace Daniel Boone's footsteps through America's first frontier at Cumberland Gap National Park and along the Boone Trace. Learn about Kentucky's role in the Civil War at places like historic Barbersville, Hazard and Camp Wildcat, Civil War Battlefield, and enjoy a variety of shows in Kentucky's country music capital at Renfro Valley Entertainment Center. Next door at the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame, you can hear about the stars who gave Bluegrass State its signature sounds. All right. This one is so big, guys. I have been seeing this all over the place, and I don't know why. So I absolutely had to throw this in as well. So I haven't really done any research on the Ark until the last couple of weeks. Right. But before I started doing research on it, it was popping up on my Facebook, it was popping up on my Google search. So there's a reason why. All right. Northern Kentucky's river region, just across the Ohio River from Cincinnati, it's called the Top of the South. It delights with exciting cities, culinary gems, as well as popular family attractions like the Ark Encounter and the Newport Aquarium. Right. So adventure flows all along the scenic waterways and byways of the Northern Kentucky River region. Enjoy archery or even clay shooting at the prestigious Elk Creek Hunt Club, and then treat yourself to a glass of local wine at the Elk Creek Vineyards, one of several vineyards in the region. All right. So Ark Encounter, guys, this is absolutely huge. All right. The Ark Encounter is a scale-sized model of Noah's Ark. Right. I get everybody's religion is different. I'm not trying to shove down anybody's throat. This is just something that I really wanted to add in here. All right. So the ark itself is built to the dimensions given in the Bible, spanning over 510 feet long, 85 feet wide, and 51 feet high. All right. This modern engineering marvel amazes visitors young and old. The Ark Encounter is situated in the beautiful Williamstown, Kentucky, halfway between Cincinnati and Lexington on I-65. So your clients can stay in Cincinnati, or they could also stay in Lexington, right? And be pretty close to the Ark, right? One of my sister-in-law, she goes to a church in Pearl River, not far from here. And I was speaking with the preacher not too long ago. I think it was the middle of October. We went for Sunday school, me and my son did, and we were talking, and he actually has visited the Ark Encounter, and he was telling us that the whole inside of the ship, the middle part of the ship, is completely open. It's open to the water, and I couldn't figure that out. So I asked him, I was like, well, I don't understand how would the ship be open to the water? And he said it's for all of the waste and byproducts that, pertain to all of the animals and Noah and his family on the ship, for them to just push it off into the water. It was really, really crazy. I don't know what to think about it, but I intend on going one day, and I will take lots of pictures when I go. All right. All right, guys, we're almost to the end. Thank you all for being patient. All right. Kentucky Appalachians. Discover a region where inspiring natural beauty, varied outdoor recreation, rich country music heritage, and fascinating folk culture beckons visitors to leave the hustle and bustle of the city behind. All right. Discover a region where inspiring natural beauty, all right, varied outdoor recreation. This is Eastern Kentucky. The state's famed bluegrass gently folds into the rugged scenic Appalachian Mountains. All around natural beauty soars across narrow ridge tops, deep canyons, rim rock cliffs, and spectacular springs and fall foliage. Natural areas like Carter Cave State Resort Park and Jenny Wiley State Resort Park and Cave Run Lake lure visitors to enjoy world-class hiking, caving, fishing, paddling, golfing, boating, and as well as traditional Appalachian cooking. Right, travel scenic byways like the Country Music Highway, honoring the dozens of musical legends born and raised in the region. Stop at Butcher Holler, birthplace of Loretta Lynn, y'all, and uncover stories of the area's rich mining heritage at the Coal Miners Museum. Right, I know you guys have heard Loretta's song. Her daddy was a coal miner. All right. Take in a toe-tapping performance at Mountain Home Place in Paintsville, Paramount Art City Center in Ashland, and the Country Music Highway, which hosts live bluegrass every Thursday night, and cultural hubs such as the Kentucky Folk Art Center. Put the work of imagination and talented artists on proud display. All right, let's go to the next slide. Oh, that's it. Okay, that is it. I thought I had another slide. All right, does anybody have anything to add? I hope that today's little session was okay for everyone. All right, let me stop the screen share. All right.